Hello to all of our IDS magazine viewers. I'm Jillian, and I'm excited to take you around the ISC West show here in fabulous Las Vegas. Let's go check it out.
This episode is sponsored by Aira, a leading provider of AI facial recognition and environment-specific solutions.
Hello to all of our IDS magazine viewers. Today we're excited because we're at the Hanwha booth and we have Aaron Sachs taking us around today. Welcome, Aaron.
Hi there, thank you. Welcome. We're excited to announce our new Blaze VMS. It's a homegrown VMS that we designed. We've spent the past 3 years developing the concepts for it, figuring out how to do it, starting with a brand new technology stack to really meet the needs of our end users. As you can see here, we've got a variety of cameras up on the screen. We're showing our AI objects on the right-hand side. We have an objects panel there, and we're showing an overlay of our AI objects. That can be turned on or off, but you can see we're getting great performance of really being able to dive into our data to really show the objects very easily. For most users, that's what they want to see. They don't want to deal with scrubbing through their timeline and figuring out when something happened. They want to know when someone was there. So we tried making that very easy. And we've got a variety of options here. We have a histogram here, which is really great. We can see these trends over time. So we can see when there is more activity, when someone came in the building, we'll be able to see that at a glance. And as we have, right now we have cameras indoors at a trade show, but if we had a real life environment where the cameras were outdoors, we'd see vehicles as well. So we could see if there's a roadway, if there's a park, and there's people, and there's a vehicle or a bike that shouldn't be there. We'd be able to see that very quickly and easily. We also have an added feature here called Similarity Search, which allows me, we have an icon there, if I have a specific individual that I want to then find when they appeared, what other cameras where else they were at my facility, we can with one click be able to do that. And then we have a confidence adjustment here where we can adjust how confident, how close we want that match. So are we looking for the same clothing? Are we looking over time? Are we looking for other people that might match that confidence level? So again, allowing us to get to our video very quickly and easily. And then we have a semantic search that allows us to use natural language and type into the system what I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for someone in a yellow shirt or a safety vest or someone with a stroller or walking a dog, I'd be able to type in here those operators there. Let's type in a ladder and we can adjust our confidence level, and there we go. And you can see it's finding things that it thinks looks like a ladder. And if we go to by time and we go early this morning, we'll see as some people were setting up with ladders or other things that might look like that. Here, if we sign in, let's try again. I've got a system here in the UK, and we go and type in ladder. There we go. And so now we're seeing vehicles. There we go. That either have a ladder or other things that might look similar to that. And again, we can adjust that confidence level based on my parameters. We could type in someone with a stroller, and now you can see we've got our stroller. So again, we can describe what we're trying to find and very quickly find that. So those are some of the user-facing aspects there. And then for a technician, we wanted to make it very easy for them to come in and configure settings, adjust the image settings, things like analytics, AI, all that can be configured right from one place. It pushes those settings out to the camera. And then finally, for reliability, we wanted to develop a VMS that was very reliable and stable. We added in, for example, edge storage recording here. So if you have an SD card in your camera, we're able to record to the SD card and then if there's a failure, if your network goes down, your server reboots, you're doing maintenance, you don't have to worry, your video is stored on the camera, and then we can pull that back over time to the VMS so that you truly can tolerate any type of failure there. Besides that, it's a very, again, it's a modern, responsive VMS. It allows us to interact with our cameras very quickly, very easily. It's very customizable. It has a built-in cloud interface as well, so we can remotely connect. And we're also releasing a new line of cameras in our Wisenet X series. You'll see them here. It uses our Wisenet 9 chipset, so that's what powers a lot of our cameras and has deep AI integration. It has a dual NPU. We've got one right here. You can see this is the history of our chipset over here. On the top right is top left is our newest one, the Wisenet 9. So that's what powers our camera and gives all of the AI processing functionality. What's new here, we have some really compact, small form factor fixed lens cameras with all of that processing power. So they're much more compact, and that's what the industry really wants. A lot of our customers want compact cameras, so we can deliver that with the same performance and feature sets. And then moving up, we also have a fisheye camera, so a new fisheye with that same AI processing power from there. And then moving up even further, some of our larger form factor with motorized varifocal lens, and that gives us our modular form factor. So we've had the modular form factor going back many years, a couple different generations of our products, and that allows a customer to have that upgradability to be able to have a camera that was installed 5 years ago, take the cover off, remove the camera module without having to uninstall everything and rip and replace, and within literally a couple minutes, put a new brain into the camera, giving them new feature sets. So if they had a camera that didn't have AI, now they can have AI. Maybe they had a camera that didn't have IR, now they want IR. Or we have a PTRZ, pan, tilt, rotate, zoom, where they can add capabilities after the fact. So by changing that module. So that's a great feature that we have there. And then we'll be extending that throughout the booth. We have other form factors as well. We have a stainless steel for harsh marine or industrial applications. And we're just taking our Wisenet 9 lineup deep and wide to meet all the different applications. And we have our new cloud-based access control platform that you can see here. It's called On Cafe, which is on-cloud access for everyone. And we tried to design a access control platform, a cloud-based system that was very easy for the end user, as well as easy for a dealer to install it. You can see we have a lineup here. We have a 1-door, 2-door, and a 4-door controller. These are self-contained units. They get connected directly to the cloud, to your network. They can be installed in a closet. They can be installed over the ceiling. They're very flexible. For people who need larger installations, we also have these boards here, and then we can we have our intelligent controller on the top right. That connects to the network. That provides us 2 doors worth of readers, and then we can add additional boards to expand for larger systems from there. Everything's cloud-based, so we go to our web browser or our mobile app, and we can then configure adding users, adding credentials, configuring the settings for the doors. We tried making everything very easy to work with. Everything is color-coded here, as you can see, with removable terminal blocks for each section there. In the software, when you go to add a door, add a reader, add each piece, everything's color-coded, and a picture of this unit shows up in the interface, so you know what to plug in and where, so you don't make mistakes. We have a whole line of readers, as you can see here. We also have credentials, cards, fobs, and mobile wallets as well. Everything's very flexible and easy to work with. Licensing, again, is very simple and easy, so that way we can grow with you as a system grows and expands from there. We also have, if I can steal that right there, something as simple as this is the cover for our controller here. Everything's color-coded again, and we show you right here all the details of it, so that way a technician installing this, it's very easy to work with. So we wanted to really improve the user journey and not just have what's traditionally been done for many, many years that might be very difficult, while we're still having all the needed features. So all of our inputs here are supervised, so that way we can detect if there's been any tampering or any failures. We have a fire alarm input here, so if you're interfacing with a fire alarm panel to release power to your doors on an emergency, we don't need any third-party system, and that saves time and saves money for your customers. So we designed this to be a really flexible system from there.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. We're here at the Hanwha booth. If you have questions, make sure you comment below. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.